It's time for our last and final section of Chapter 12, Lesson 12.4, Preparing Payroll Checks. So our targets for this section are to justify the use of a payroll checking account and to prepare employee payroll checks. Okay, so 3 Green has a separate payroll checking account. Because they have this, it helps protect and control their payroll payments, and it also helps prevent fraud. So how does that work? So basically what they do is 3 Green will write a check from its general checking account and then deposit that check, which is equal to its payroll checking, to the payroll for that monthly, semi-monthly pay period into its payroll checking account. Okay, so when they do that, they're in their payroll bank account, they use a voucher check, which has a detachable check stub or voucher that contains detailed information about the cash payment. So again, that's what they use to put money from their general checking account into their payroll bank account. Okay, so here's an example of what they would do when they are basically transferring the money from their main checking to a payroll checking account. And they only use that payroll checking account or payroll bank account for the purposes of paying payroll. So as you can see here, this is the check written by 3 Green from their general account on December 15th for the total of their net pay for their employees. And then it's signed. So this is the actual check. Here's the check stub or the voucher part of the check. So first they would do is prepare the check stub. So they would pay it to their bank, just basically switching funds from one account to another. They would put the date, their description, and the amount. And then they would prepare the check from the check stub information. Okay, so basically they're just moving the money from one account to another account. Okay. All right. Next, let's look at what an employee's payroll check looks like. So basically, the information is taken from the employee's time cards and the payroll register. And those are the primary sources of information to prepare a payroll check. And again, payroll checks have a voucher or a detachable stub, just like in that last check. And the employees can keep the top portion of the check or the voucher, the stub, as a record of their deductions and cash received for payroll. So that's the reasoning behind having a voucher check system. Okay, so let's go through the steps of preparing the employee's payroll. So the first thing we would do is we would enter earnings information from the payroll register and the employee's time card. And then next we would enter the year-to-date total earnings from the employee's earnings record. Okay, so here's our first information entered, so the total current earnings, and then the year-to-date earnings from the earnings record. Third, we would enter the employee's current deductions from the payroll register and record the total. So here's the third section. So our federal income tax, our Social Security tax, Medicare, health, insurance, and retirement. And again, all of this is from the payroll register. And then our year-to-date totals, again, from the employee's record. We can get the year-to-date information. Or we just add the current to the year-to-date from the last prior check stub. Our next step is to total the current year-to-date deductions column, calculate and enter the amounts for current and year-to-date. Okay, so total deductions are net pay, and then the year-to-date deductions, year-to-date totals, and our total net pay. And then we would finally fill out the employee's payroll check, payable for that amount. What date, who it's to, the dollar amount, and then written. So this would be in numbers and in written amount. and sign. And that's how we would pay our employees. Well, this is kind of an antiquated system. Most companies use some type of automatic system. So let's talk about that. So an electronic funds transfer. So EFTs are basically a computerized cash payment system that transfers funds without the use of checks, currency, or other paper documents. So that's an EFT, electronic funds transfer. So what does that mean for the employer and the employee? So the payment of an employee's net pay using electronic funds transfer is called a direct deposit. So businesses transmit information to their bank. The bank then deposits the net pay into the employee's bank account and then deducts the net pay from the business's payroll checking account. And all of that happens because the business has it set up that way. So basically, payroll checks are not written, payroll checks are not distributable. Instead, the employee receives a printed or electronic statement of earnings and deductions, as you can see here in this example. So it's basically the same information we saw on the voucher check earlier. However, it has this extra section that says it was directly deposited. And then this looks like a check stub, but it's not. And it basically says this is not a check. It is just for the information for the employee. And I'm a big believer in keeping your payroll check stubs or your printouts because you might need it for information. I've gone back and used mine almost every year for tax purposes. I've needed that information, and that's the most accurate place I can find that information. So I think it's important to hold on to your check stubs that you receive. So next we will go into the 12-4 work together. So hold on to your seat.